Bismillah Rahman Rahim. I would like to discuss one of the chapter of the from the course of the change management. It's basically related with the introductory part of the change management. You can also say that it's relate with the introductory part of the course as well. In the previous recording, I shared with you a lot of stuff related with the change management and how this change management work and how importantly that change management is for the organization is. So, as we discussed in our previous classes and the previous course as well, so many things that related with the change perspective and the change management. Change management is one of the important course for the specialization of the human resource students. Change management is you can say that is the ongoing process, is a process where organization needed. And if you're talking about in a turbulent environment in a 21st century, change management is one of the key for the success of the organization. All those organizations who stuck, or we can say that all those organizations who are not moving further for the as far as the you can say that as far as the operations is concerned. So, and the meaning of the operation means that it means that all those organizations, if they are not, you can say that it's not as far as their uh, operations is concerned, is not moving further, and they remain it in the in which previously they have done for the organization or whatever they are practicing for the organization. So, in other terms, we can say that make it simple for you is that all those organizations who are static in their operations for a longer period of time, they will be ultimately failed in the organization uh, because the reason behind is that your external environment is changing, because your country demographics is changing, because you can say that your competitors are moving forward, your competitors are working hard, and your competitors are investing on so many things. Maybe they can invest on their infrastructure, maybe they can invest on their technology, maybe they can invest on their individuals, people, and maybe they can invest on so many other things. Government regulations are changing, government policies are changing by time, and the international politics play a very important role. As we all know that the COVID is one of the factor is for the organizational elements and for the organizational change. This COVID-19 affect a lot of economies and a lot of organizations in terms of operations, in terms of their economic factors and so many things. And as you people all know that the downsizings goes on, and downsizing have in the effect a lot of jobs in the Americans, even one of the top leading economy in the world of the America, they are also affected in this COVID-19. So the thing is that we cannot, if we can say that we are not moving, and if we can say that we are not changing the environment of the organization, and we are static from the last 10 years as far as the operation is concerned. I'm not talking about static for the finances is concerned. I'm talking about static as far as the operations is concerned. So this is how we can say that this is the introduction of the, and then the most important thing to know about organizational design is that there is no best structure available anywhere. You cannot say that this is the best structure and this is the worst structure and this is the most deliverables. As far as this structure is more related with the deliverables, and this structure is not related with the deliverables. But there are no good or bad structures. There are only structures that match or do not match with the requirements of the strategy. This is a very good point. That there is not a good or bad structure. The only good structure is that either that structure met with you the requirements of strategy, or they do not met with you the requirements of a strategy. So this is how you can say that a good organizations and the good structures can work, and that's how your overall organizations can work as far as the strategy is concerned. Then, moving further is that the purpose of the organizational design is to create the right structure that fits the requirements of the strategy to be implemented. So look at this picture. Is this picture depicts that the person cannot move further. In fact, they can never be moved forward. They will never be moved forward because the entity who will move the person is behind that person. So the horse is behind that person. So the person will never be moved forward. They will always be remain static in this situation. This whatever that there is a possibility they move backward, but there is not such any possibility that they move forward. In some of the scenario, you can say that they will be pushed forward, but that forward move will be for a shorter. I think that for that is not for a time. You can say that. So this is the exact depiction of the requirements of the organization. I must say that this picture depicts very clearly that how these requirements work and how your strategy can implement it and how that right structure, what does the mean of the right structure is. So you can extract it from this picture as well. If you have any question, so please ask from me. If you listen this video, the thing is that you people are not listening the videos, but the thing is that I will also involve you in the exercises. So the minor exercise is that you can explain the this picture and explain the depiction of the picture, that what does this picture means. As the short brief already I explained you, but you can write one page and you can discuss this image as far as the organizational design is concerned and as far as the organizational structure is concerned. This is your minor assignment, which is score 2 marks, and you can submit it to me on uh, 13th March. You can submit it to me on 13th March through my email address. Okay? So my email address is already available to you people, so you can send it to me on 13th March. The other thing is the organizational change is meant to modify existing structures that have gone wrong or over a period of time and no longer fit the requirements of the strategy being implemented. What does it mean that? The change is it means that you modify your existing structure. And the modifying existing structure means that whatever the structure is available in your organization, it's not working and have gone wrong over a period of time. You can say that, and you can say that no longer fit the requirements of strategy being implemented. So this means that we can modify it. This means that we can exist. We can work on the structure. We can change the structure. We can change the structure means that you can introduce a new leader in the organization. You can change the structure as far as the teamwork. You can involve the team management, and you focused more on the team management. You can focus on more on the team criteria. I must say that. So these are the things that they can work for the existing structures. You can say that. And previously you work with the mechanistic structure and now you are working on the organic structure, or previously your organization is focusing on the organic structure and now you are moving to the mechanistic structure. It's depend on that where the problem lies. It's depend on the organizational culture as well. It's depend on the organizational environment as well. So these are the important things that we can look out, and then we can find out the things, and then we can relate it with the so many things, and we can relate it with the requirements. So these are all the aspects which is important as far as the organizational change is concerned. Then dimensions is the structural dimensions describe the internal characteristics of an organization. Structural dimensions is explain you the internal characteristics of an organization, and contextual dimensions describe the organizational setting that influence and shapes the structural dimension. Structural dimensions is basically related with the internal characteristics, and then the contextual means that the context involved. For example, the Karachi environment is different, the Karachi market is different, Karachi people demographics are different, and the Peshawar demographics and the Peshawar individuals, people are different. So this is a contextual dimension that describes the organizational settings that influence and shapes the structural dimension. Structural dimensions explain you the internal characteristics of the organization, that your dress code might be one of the characteristics, your practices is one of the other aspects, the mindset you have, the way you are perceiving the organization. These are all the things that is related with the internal characteristics of the organization. So these are all the issues that it's related with the structural dimension, and the contextual is related with the shapes the structural dimensions. Then moving further is that sub-dimensions of the structural dimension. Formalization is the amount of written documentation includes procedures, job descriptions, regulations, and policy manuals. These are the structural dimensions, one of the language that they can structure it. And very important thing that let's work as far as defining the organizational structure. So the, your policy documents, your policy manuals, your written documentations, your procedures, your job descriptions, your regulations, these are all very important things that is related with the structural dimension of the organization. Then the other thing is that the specialization is the degree to which organizational tasks are subdivided into separate jobs. You can say that there is the organization where the IT experts, the organization, when you talk about the specialization, is that the marketing experts. You can say that the communication experts people, creativity department. These are all the departments which related with the specialization, and they can subdivide it into the separate jobs. Then moving further is the hierarchy of authority describes who reports to whom and span of control for each manager. This is very important that the organizational hierarchy is very important. And organizational hierarchy is very important related with so many affairs, related with so many factors in terms of the operations, in terms of the process, you can say that. Span of control is the number of subordinates and reporting to the superior. These are all things that we can relate it. Centralization is the extent to which decision making is done by the top management. Decentralization is the extent to which authority to make decision is delegated to lower levels of management. So these are all the centralization that decentralized and centralization is related. Then professionalism is the level of formal education and training of the